Greetings everyone, welcome back to the A-Train channel. I just wanted to get on here and talk about the latest Nintendo Direct. So this video is going to be pretty low-key this time. I'm not going to take the time to put together a huge video, so this is going to be kind of a podcast style video. So I was sitting in the cafeteria at work the other day, and I was skimming through my phone and I came across the latest Nintendo Direct, so I decided to watch it. I noticed they announced quite a bit of awesome titles for the Switch, so according to IGN, there are 35 games that they announced, so there's too many to name, but I'm just going to give you the top 5 titles that caught my eye the most. So Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, that game just stood out to me the most. The last game that came out in the Metroid Prime series was Prime 3 Corruption, so that came out in 2006. So that, at the time, I was in high school in my teens, so I begged my parents to get me that, and one Christmas I got it about a little after it came out. So I am just beyond excited for this game. So I'm gonna name the other titles first, and we'll get back to the title that I got my eye on the most. So Mario and Luigi Brothership, that is similar to the Game Boy Advance version of Mario and Luigi Super Saga. Super Mario Party Jamboree, a new Mario Party game. Donkey Kong Country returns. So I believe that was from Nintendo DS, I believe. I never played it, but other than that, it looks fucking amazing. And then lastly, a new Legend of Zelda game, Echoes of Wisdom. Also, another thing that Nintendo is speculating is their new next-gen consoles. So I am waiting to hear, hopefully later this year, of their official announcements. So, and there's some rumors that they're ditching the OLED display to cut costs for the new consoles. So, and my biggest thing is I hope they bring 4K or even 8K down the road. So if I'm going to be getting a next-gen console, it better friggin' have 4K. So it better have that. And it also better be reasonably priced. Alright, time to talk about the game that I've been wanting to talk about on here. So Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. So, long story short, 7 years ago, it was originally revealed at E3 in 2017, so now E3 is not a thing anymore for some stupid reason, so that is no longer a thing. So I watched the trailer of it, and I'm looking at the screenshots currently. So it looks like it's been Halo-fied. So essentially it looks like a Halo game, but a Nintendo version. But just other than that, the graphics look sick. But yeah, I am just beyond excited for this game. So when I first got introduced to Metroid, my dad had the original Game Boy, not the Game Boy Color, but the actual white Game Boy with the black and white screen, or I guess you could say the monochrome screen. Anyway, he had Metroid Return of Samus for original Game Boy. So that was the very first Metroid game I got introduced to. So, yeah. And also, my very first video game I remember was Super Mario Bros. 3 for NES. I'm not talking about the Super Nintendo one, but that was my first video game console I got exposed to. So I played video games as young as, I think it was like 2 or 3 years old or something like that, but I guess you could say at the beginning of time, essentially. But yeah, I pretty much grew up on Nintendo. I grew up with Mario, I grew up with Metroid, and I still love all those things up until this day, because it's one of my childhood favorites. It's just playing video games, and it just brings a lot of nostalgia, and it symbolizes great times in my childhood and present. So yeah, I am just excited. So what got me into Metroid was I remember when the Nintendo DS launched in 2004, and one of the games I saw after it was announced was Metroid. It was Metroid Prime Hunters, and I remember going to GameStop and trying out the demo in the mall back in the day when the mall was thriving. I think it was EB Games back then, so yeah, I remember now. It was EB Games, so I remember going in there and trying out the demo and just playing it, and then eventually I got my hands on a Nintendo DS, and I got Metroid Prime Hunters, and I've been playing the crap out of that game for hours on end. And this is before streaming services and back in the days of dial-up internet, because out where I live, I couldn't get high-speed internet at the time until I moved closer to the city I was born in. So when we moved, we got high-speed internet, and that was like the biggest thing ever, because everything was so fast, and I had Wi-Fi, and I was able to connect my Nintendo DS and play online. And now you can't do that anymore because Nintendo shut down its Wi-Fi service, the Wi-Fi connection over 10 years ago for Nintendo DS. So prior to having Wi-Fi, I used to go to like the library with my grandfather. He used to go to the library every morning, and I would tag along with him, and I would go downstairs into like the kids section or somewhere in the library, and I would take my Nintendo DS and I would play online on their Wi-Fi. And I also used McDonald's Wi-Fi whenever I had the chance, so that was back in the day. And then eventually I got Metroid Prime 3 Corruption for the Wii, and that was really fun. And then after that, I'm like, okay, when is the next Metroid gonna come out? You know? So it's been long in coming, Nintendo. It just been long in coming. Now I just was really excited to watch this Nintendo Direct, and I was very excited. Alright, I'm going to stop it right here for now. I just wanted to put out a video on my channel, so I'm trying to do this here and there, so I try to be consistent with my content the best I can. So also my goal is to try to stream at least once a week, but I can't make any promises because I get so caught up with work and other things in my life. So yeah, we'll go from there, you guys. But I will definitely be making more content once I get a specific release date on Metroid, and as well as the other games that are coming out this year. So especially Metroid. I am just so excited for Metroid, and I just can't wait. So once I know a specific concrete release date, I'll probably make another video on that. But again, I can't make any promises. So, alright, that's it for now, and peace. I want to take a moment to thank you all for watching this video. If you like what you see here, please drop a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And I'm also open to suggestions for future videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.